Hey folks, this is my second attempt at this video. Um, it's a video that I've been meaning to make for quite some time, and I just haven't been able to find time. And I also it's a video that I wanted to spend a lot of time on and really put something quality, put some quality content out there. And I just couldn't find time to do that. So I'm just going to kind of shoot this video. I'm going to make my case for why you should consider playing um, sports simulation games. And just we'll see how it goes. So thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Um, do you like sports? Do you like sports history? Do you collect sports cards, baseball cards, that kind of thing? Do you like sports memorabilia? If you do, I think, and you're not somebody who already plays a sports simulation game, I think you should consider it. I think you would really enjoy it. Um, it allows you to go back in time, uh, relive previous seasons, bring back to life players who have passed on. Um, let me show myself here real quick. Oh, there you go. Now you're seeing the moneymaker. Anyways, um, yeah, it's a chance to just go back into time and bring back old players and let them play again and keep their names alive. It's really I love playing these games. They're very uh, filled with nostalgia. I used to play these games as a kid, and I just recently got back into this as an adult. Um, so, what do I mean by a sports simulation game? Let's get that cleared up real fast here. Um, you might be thinking of video games like MLB The Show, and yes, you can play that in a simulation mode, but that's not really what I'm talking about. That game. I guess you can play it in such a way as where you're just a manager and you sit back and you set your lineups and that kind of thing. But generally speaking, that game's about hand-eye coordination and working the controller, and the outcome of the game really has a lot to do with your skills. And those games are a lot of fun. But I'm talking about games that use real statistics from history, and use those statistics to allow you to play a game, play a season for a team, for an entire league, whatever you want to do, and kind of replay that season and see what kind of statistics you come up with. See if a particular team will uh, win their division, or will the runner-up beat them out this time around. You can replay these things. You can relive these moments. I focus primarily on baseball. There are other sims out there, like there's football games, hockey games, basketball games. There are simulation games. When I say sim, I mean like cards and dice, tabletop games. That's what I focus on for the most part. And then nowadays, there's digital versions of the games that were out there in the past, and there's new digital versions of these games as well. And um, there's just a plethora. Well, I don't know if plethora is the right word, but there is quite a few options out there for you to choose from to play these games. So back in I believe it goes back to the 40s or 50s. I don't have this history down, but there was a company called APA. I forget what it stands for. The acronym is APBA, APA, and they came out with their cards and dice baseball game. And again, they're able to take statistics from the real life statistics and put them through formulas and algorithms and this kind of thing and produce a player card. And the player card allows you to, with usually with dice and some kind of board system that you use, you can come up with and play a season and with a particular player, and you will see that the statistics are pretty close. And so if you can do that with one player, you can do that with a bunch of players, you can do that with a team, you can do that with a league, and you kind of, it's not exact, which is great. And you don't want it to be exact. I mean, if it was going to be exact, why play the game? But it's close and it allows enough variation to see if maybe things might have gone a little differently. So let me see, what are some of the other points I wanted to make. Um, well, you know what? Let me just. Oh, yeah, theater of the mind. This phrase, theater of the mind. The first time I heard it was on a Digital to Dice podcast with um, Dave Gardner and Ron Juckett, and it's basically like reading a book. When you read a book, your imagination kind of takes over, and the characters. You start to get in your mind what the characters look like, what the scenery looks like, um, what a room looks like, what the food looks like. You get these images. It's the theater of the mind. Well, with cards and dice baseball, cards and dice sports, digital, what have you, it's the same thing. You play these games, and the theater of the mind takes over. So even though you might be rolling dice and looking at a card and then looking up on a chart and coming out with the results, um, your mind is gonna take it from there. Your mind is gonna really see, Alan Trammell picking up that ground ball and flipping it over to Dave Bergman, um, or Jim Rice making a catch out in left field, or let's see, Mickey Rivers making a catch out in center field, or maybe George Foster getting a hold of a fastball and putting it up in the third deck at Riverfront Stadium. I mean, you start to, you can see these things in your mind. Anyways, let me demonstrate for you one in particular. This particular one that I play a lot is Digital Diamond Baseball. Now, this is digital, as it says, but you can also use this with cards and dice. So if you can use this game with any game you want. The beauty of this is you don't have to keep statistics. Some guys like that. When I was a kid, I kept a lot of statistics on pencil and paper, and after every game, I'd sit there and tally everything up, and it was very tedious. I enjoyed it kind of as a kid, but as an adult, I have no desire to do that kind of thing. Yet I do want to accumulate statistics and that kind of thing. Digital Diamond allows you to do that. Digital Diamond has its own uh, engine, uh, and it also gives you the ability to enter in, um, plays. If you play a different game that's cards and dice, that you can enter each play into Digital Diamond, and it'll track the statistics for you. So, for example, let me show you here. Right here, I've been playing the 1984 Detroit Tigers season. I've been playing it a couple of different ways. One way I've been playing it is with Digital Diamond Baseball, as I've talked about. And then I've been also playing it with a game called Payoff Pitch. And Payoff Pitch is a cards and dice system. And then what I'll do is, as I play the game, as a play occurs, I'll use Digital Diamond to track all of the statistics. So right now you can see I'm on May 17th of 1984. My Detroit Tigers aren't playing. So this is another beautiful thing. Some guys like to play, they'll play a season replay, and um, they will play the entire season for every team. I don't know how many games that is, but you know, it might take them a year or two, and they call these things projects, and it might take them a year or two to get through them. Some of them are just they play a lot of games. Oh, hey there, Dwayne. Welcome. Hey, thanks for stopping by. Just doing a quick video on trying to convince people who like sports, who likes baseball cards and sports memorabilia. I'm trying to convince them to consider playing sports simulation games, cards and dice tabletop games, or digital baseball games. And anyways, right now I'm demonstrating Digital Diamond, and I'm showing right now that I'm playing the Detroit Tigers 1984 season, and I'm on May 17th, 1984, and Detroit's not playing this day. And one of the beauties of modern technology that we didn't have these. Yeah, it is. It is a great hobby. Uh, I don't have enough time for it. It's one of those things. When I get retired, I'll probably be able to play a lot more of this. But as it is, I just have to kind of find my pockets of time. So, anyways, one of the beauties of these digital games like Digital Diamond is my team's not playing today, and uh, so what I can do is do a fast play. Yes, I do want to do a fast play. And this game is designed, it'll go out and find any transactions that occurred that particular day, any trades, anybody demoted to the minors, and it will adjust your roster accordingly. And just one second. Let's see, do I have the ability to mute? I don't. Hey, Nick, got to do your homework. So, anyways, all right. I'm still waiting. I'm not sure why this is taking so long. It's only 6 games. Okay. So May 17th finished. All these games were played. Statistics were accumulated. And now I can move on to the next day. And so now I have my Detroit Tiger game here. It's the 1984 A's versus the 1984 Tigers. I've got Kruger going up against Petrie. I'm going to go ahead and play ball here. And this particular game will go ahead and bring in. Oh yeah, I mean Digital Diamond. This you can get. I think any season going back to, gosh, I don't know, what is it, 1927 or something like that, for 29 bucks. So you get the game engine, you get all the seasons. You can play the Digital Diamond engine. You can play Status Pro if you want. You can play Status Pro Advanced, and then you can use the board game companion for anything else. It's I call it the Swiss Army knife of digital baseball games. So, anyways, this particular software will bring in the actual lineups that occurred on this day, and I can go ahead and play. It'll execute transactions, any trades, that kind of thing. It takes a second here. And it will bring in the actual starting pitchers for this day. I have the choice I can manage a team myself, or I can let Digital Diamond manage the team, or if I want to do a board game companion, I could do that and set my lineups. And again, it will start with the actual as played lineups, which I usually just go with that. Very rarely will I change that out. Once the game is started, though, I don't typically stick to exact, like if I want to put in a different relief pitcher than actually pitch that day, I will do that. Or if I want to pinch hit when there wasn't somebody who pinch. I mean, my game might go differently than it actually did in real life. So I'm not gonna. I start the game as played, and then I kind of play it out from there. Actually, you can have a receiving ability. Oh, really? Yeah. See, I've not looked into that. I've heard that talked about layman baseball database. That might be where Mark gets the statistics. I'm not sure. I've heard him mention that. Mark Cohen is the developer for Digital Diamond Baseball. But again, the purpose of this video is not like an instructional video on data digital diamond. The point of this whole video is, would like I would like to convince you, the sports lover who isn't already doing this kind of thing, to give it some thought. Because if you like baseball cards and uh, or sports memorabilia, if you like that feeling of nostalgia that sports gives you, these games will really bring it back. I mean, look at this. I'm playing in the old Tiger Stadium. It's a night game. I'm playing with players like Ricky Henderson here, Carney Lansford, Joe Morgan, Dave Kingman. I mean, this is 1984. I could go all the way back to uh, whatever 19 whatever. Let's say I want to go to 1947, and gosh, my my ignorance of sports baseball history will show here, but I might want to play Babe Ruth or Lou Gehrig, or Hank Greenberg, or some of these other plays, Leo DeRocher, Yogi Berra. I might want to play some of these guys, and that's what's really cool about this is in this hobby, these are not just names in a history book or a statistics book or anything like that. These names come back to life, and in our there's a community that goes with this hobby. Um, there's Facebook groups, there's forums, Delphi forum. Each one of the games, like Digital Diamond, has its own forum. There's podcasts, there's YouTube channels, and in this community, these names are still alive. Joe DiMaggio is still bandied about. He's still talked about. He's still hitting home runs for somebody. Um, it's really cool. So I really think that don't let, if this is something you're looking at and it looks too technical or something like that. These games there's a little bit of a learning curve. This one's really not too bad, and the developer has really helpful instructional videos on this. The cards and dice board games. Yep, Discord. Thank you. Yeah, there's some good Discord groups out or channels. What do they call those? Databases, servers. I think they call them servers out there. Uh, and so, I really think you should give it some thought. And there's actually, Dwayne, do you know there's a game out there you can play for free. Um, like it'll give you like a season. I don't know if it's Inside Pitch or one of those games. Replay Baseball. I'm not sure, but there's a game out there. If you were interested, I could help you find it. Um, and you could try it out, see if this is something you'd like. Um, Anyways, that's really the purpose of this video. I hope maybe I've given you something to think about. Um, and yeah, try one of these games out. This game here, oh, season ticket. Thank you, Dwayne. Season ticket baseball. I'm not sure where the website is. I'm sure you could search and you'd find it. And um, you can. I think it's a PDF version of the game. You can play for free. Just give it a try. See if it's something you'd like. You've got games that are kind of expensive. Appa's it's a great game. It's been around forever. It's got a great community. I love Appa. It's one of the games I play, but it's very expensive. If you wanted to have 3 or 4 seasons, I mean that could be close to $300 or $400 right there. There's a game like Digital Diamond. I get everything. I get the engine and all these different things I talked about, all the seasons for $29. I mean, you can't beat that. Games like Payoff Pitch are much more affordable. I mean, I think it's about $46 for a season. I'm not sure how much Stratomatic is. That's another game that's been out there a long time. So, anyways, purpose of the video is to yes, 1951. My favorite. You know what, Appa? I played that in like 1977, 78. My cousin had the game and he brought it over and we played, and I just fell in love with the game. And I'll tell you what else it's done. It's like it's absolutely fueled. my love of baseball. Uh, when I play these games, my love for baseball just goes through the roof. I can't get enough of it. Um, you know, I played these games for a number of years, and then as I got older, the games kind of went on a shelf, and so did my love of baseball. I just got me beat 1984 was the first time. Like I'm 58. I'm starting to get up there, pushing 60. That's another thing in this hobby. You'll notice that it's a lot of retired guys. Not everybody, but a lot of retired guys that have time on their hands. I am not retired. I'm 58, and I still got young kids I'm raising. So, like I said earlier, I have to find pockets of time to do this. So, anyways, yeah, Digital Diamond. Yeah, it's a great game, and the thing I like about Digital Diamond, I mean, there's so much that I like about it, but I one of the things I like is that Mark, the developer, is active on his forum. He's active on his Facebook group. He's active on the Digital to Dice Facebook group, and you put questions out there, and he responds. If you go out to the game forum, if he doesn't respond, there's a couple of guys out there, Slybell and Gary Duke. Those two guys are out there all the time, and they're always answering questions for it. Anyways, I have to wrap this up. I kind of rambled on here. Anyways, I hope maybe I've just given you, if you're not into this hobby, to just give it some thought, give it some consideration. You can play it as hardcore or just as casual as you want. If you're just somebody that wants to just play a game every so often, have at it. If you want to play a whole season, have at it. I think there's a guy out there I read. He's real popular in the community. I'd never know how to pronounce his first name, like Gilles Tebow. Everybody calls him Tebow. I saw somewhere where he played an era. He played like 10 years of a 10-year season span, all games, all seasons. That's nuts. I'm not sure if he finished it or not, but yeah. So, anyways, there's that, and then you can just be the casual gamer. I'm very casual. I just, like I said, I have to find pockets of time, and yeah. Anyways, I got to wrap this up. Dwayne, thank you for stopping in. I appreciate it. And if you've stayed this long in this video, I appreciate you taking the time. Uh, Please like and subscribe and all that good stuff. And I will talk to you later. God bless.